Good afternoon, everyone. Hey, this is Bruce Marshall from Simpler Trading with the nightly video update for Wednesday, August the 26th. I had to look there. It's been such a crazy day. I've got the S&P on the screen up here. We're going to look at a couple things, but if you did not look today, if you were not watching, we hit yet another all-time high, 3481. That's an SPX. Crazy move. This thing just keeps going. Same thing in the Nasdaq here. I mean, look at this move in the Nasdaq. We hit 12,000 on the NQ Nasdaq futures today. This is the move from the open this morning. We opened here, ding, opening bell, and it's just up. Did give a little bit back here, and then, even ran harder into the close to reach 12,000. Let's flip this over to NDX. So the Nasdaq has been an 11,979 on the NDX. So here's the Nasdaq, and keep in mind that this was the all-time high before coronavirus, and then the big sell-off, and we came back up here, and we thought, usually get a pullback or a pause at 50% retracement. We did not. There's a 618, there's a 786, there's a 100% retracement right there. And if you notice, it didn't even slow down. See that little bitty red dot right there? I guess maybe we had one day where it stopped going up, and then we're just off to the races. And now, not only are we continuing to go up, we're literally going vertical here. See this? And it's starting to bother me a little bit. And I'll show you why here in a second. Look at the SPX, same thing. Rallying, and then we go vertical straight up here. And if we look, what's driving this thing, look at this chart. Apple, vertical, literally vertical. Amazon, vertical. Facebook, vertical. Check that out. Boom, straight up. Google, vertical. You guessed it, right? Let's see, what else? Tesla, vertical. So the money is continuing to pour in these mega cap tech names. This is starting to feel like a blow off top to me. I read a lot of stuff. I'm sure you guys do too, but I was reading that the super wealthy investors, that's investors with over $100 million, are taking money out, taking chips off the table, right? Because if you look here, let's just assume that everybody has been somewhat invested. They've made a lot of money up through here. What's your risk reward here? If you're entering with new money here, is it more likely that we continue to go this way, or maybe we pull back a little bit? So your risk reward is not great for entering new trades here. And as I showed you with Facebook, Tesla, Google, Amazon, Apple, all the big tech names, same thing. So one of two things is going to happen. We're going to get something scary on the downside like this, and maybe not. I'm not predicting that, and I'm not short. Or we're going to get a sector rotation out of the big tech names and into some of the value names, because valuations are stretched so much on the big tech kind of names, and maybe the money flows back into the financials, etc. I did the trade of the week on Goldman Sachs, thinking that same thing. And you can go down the list. There's lots of value names that money might flow into, etc. And the problem, or the biggest, I guess, question here is, when does that happen? Again, here's the all-time high, and we're way up here. This thing can keep going, and I will tell you this: I would be much more aggressively, not shorting this, but getting some big hedging on at these lower levels back here. This is generically speaking. This is a 20-day moving average. And I can go through all the voodoo lines or other methods, fib levels, etc., that we use to target some of these levels. But the reason I'm not yet is that we have the election coming up, and the Fed and Trump is doing everything he can to get the economy going, or a lot of things. Recently this week he said they were going to do the coronavirus, the plasma coronavirus thing, and he would have it before the election. No coincidence, right? So I think a lot is going to be done to try to keep this market going. And it doesn't matter who's in office. It works both ways. When Obama was in office, same thing happened. So that's not a political statement. That's just saying that that's just the way it is. And expect more good news. We're making progress on China talks, and we're making progress on coronavirus, and things are looking great, and all that kind of stuff. So don't just run out and just haphazardly short this thing. But at the same time, we are getting further and further and further away from our moving averages, which is, one of the biggest things that tell us that we're getting stretched, right? So here's a 20-day moving average. Typically you come down, here all during this, and this was very erratic, but you go up and you come back. We didn't quite touch it, but you come back down into it, and you go up and back down and up and down and up and down and up and down. And that's just the way it works, right? Here, we're nowhere near. So we're just, it's due for a pullback here, and that's a tiny pullback, and that's 33.50. That's 100 points, more than 100 points. And by the way, let me show you this. Here is a 5-day chart. So from last this SPX 33.50 last Thursday, 34.80. We're clicking along 30 points a day, something like that. Day after day after day after day. We're up 120, 130 points since last Thursday, last Friday. That is really, really smoking. That is, leaps and bounds. So again, you guys know that I have been bullish this whole time, and I'm still bullish, but I'm saying reel it in, take some chips off the table, get ready for maybe, I think we get something like this. I don't think we get anything like that. I do not think that. But at the same time, we're getting pretty extended up here. Everybody knows this. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. But anyway, that's my whole point, is just to be careful out there. If you look at everything out there, just be careful. So trade light, have some tight stops, or use trades that don't have a lot of risk on the downside. Give yourself more room on the downside than the upside, I think, at this point. And be careful. So that's what I got for today. Short, quick, not much to do. We've got Powell talking tomorrow, and we've got payrolls next Friday. So there's not a lot to do right now, but we got to wait on Powell, see what he says, and evaluate after that, and look and see how we go into the new month. We've only got 2 trading days left in August, so we'll see what happens next week. So with that, let me wind it up. Hope that helps. Hope it makes sense, and I'll see you at the next update. Take care. Thanks.